Check out these gorgeous local Honeycrisp apples. They are juicy, they are succulent, and they are going to be delicious in this apple pie. I used about 6 apples. I've already peeled and chopped 3 of them. Here we go.
This is Cooking in Canada.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Time for filling our apple pie with these amazing Honeycrisp apples. They are Canadian apples, and I cannot wait to put them into a pie, because when apples are in season, there's no better apple, you know? Ooh, slice these up. When I was making this recipe on Thanksgiving, my grandma said, there are too many apples in that. And I said, Grandma, I know, but who cares? So anyway, too many apples in this recipe. So you have to bake it a long time. But it's an apple pie, and the apples are my favorite part, so. Wait, did I say the crust was my favorite part last episode? Both are my favorite part. Okay, here's our apples. It's a lot. Put how many in that you like, okay? I don't know. Always put in a little bit of salt. That's the key. So just put a tiny bit of salt in there. Just first things first, gotta do that. I'm putting in a bunch of freshly grated nutmeg. Delicious. Yum. Warm spices. Okay, I'm putting in a couple tablespoons of sugar, but not that much. These are sweet, amazing apples, you know? You don't need much sugar. And I'm gonna put in a couple, oh, fresh. I'll put in a couple tablespoons of cornstarch too. There we go. Yep. Looks good. And last but not least, we'll do 2 tablespoons of honey, and pick your favorite. Stir that up to combine. As soon as you start adding sugar to these beautiful apples, they're gonna start releasing their liquid. So you'll notice it gets easier to incorporate all the ingredients as you stir. Now you can just let this rest until your dough is ready, or if you were smart and made your dough ahead of time or the night before, get this filling into that dough. Time to fill her up. Here's our pie crust, and it has been resting in the fridge for about 1 hour and 55 minutes. I took it out of the fridge 5 minutes before I want to shape it so that it gets a little bit more flexible. Ooh, here we go. Filling into the pie. And then make sure this is nice and flexible. And look how gorgeous this is. You just flop it right on top. Just trim around where the longest parts are hanging off the edge. Now, to seal your top crust to your bottom crust, you're gonna fold it underneath. See, and this one doesn't have enough to really make a big crust, so you can just take part of this and attach it, and boom, fold it over. No one will ever know. Here's how you make a really nice crimp, and I learned this from Chef John, my favorite. Okay, just push with your index finger, and then you have your finger and thumb, and then you crimp and turn and crimp and crimp. And any irregularities that you see, those are just gonna get even more crispy, so it's kind of part of it. Okay, so you're just finishing crimping. And there we go. Now you wanna cut cut some event holes. Brush your beautiful pie with egg wash all over. And then to make it extra special, you can do this with demerara sugar or any sort of other really chunky sugar, but you can also just do it with regular white sugar. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this right over the top of your pie, and that is going to add an extra crispy crunch, some beautiful color on your pie. Now put it on a tray and get it into the oven, and I had my oven preset at 375. Our pie has been out of the oven for 10 minutes now. I really, really want to get into this. It looks amazing. Okay, time to cut into this pie. Here we go. I'm gonna pick this nice crusty part. The first slice is always the hardest. The first slice is always the hardest. Oh. Wow, perfection. Look at that. You guys, I am so excited to have this, taste this pie. Wow. I don't know even, that looks so good. Need to make sure I get some nice crust in here. Look at that super flaky, oh my gosh, tender crust. Okay, a bite first without the ice cream. Wow. Mmm. Mmm. Yum! You guys have to try this with just the nutmeg and no cinnamon. It is so freaking good. The honey brings out the flavor of the Honeycrisp apples, who would have thought, and they are just perfectly tender. It's time for me to indulge in all my hard work, so give this a try. The crust also, it's perfect. The best apple pie, try it. Okay. Mm.
If you liked that video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you really liked it, watch one of these two videos. I also have a blog at www.missproduce.com where I write related content to my videos. Check me out. Love you guys.